Happy birthday to you. You should have gave me more money.
Coach Belichick.
But
Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday.
My favorite Bill, though, was Bill at the roast. So, man, I loved when he ripped on me. My favorite one that he brought to the table about me was talking about how he had that famous slogan, do your job. And then he begged me on the stage in front of millions of people to stop doing my job on the NFL pregame kickoff show. Like, that was funny, bro.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. I'm Julian Edelman.
And I'm Rob Gronkowski.
And this is the show where your favorite dudes get to crack a beer open and talk about their favorite dudes.
And today, it's a very special Bill Belichick birthday spectacular, and that's why we're cracking tons of those beers.
We need a lot of those for this. What are we talking about today, Robbie G?
We highlight the top Bill Belichick moments on and off the field. I was just starting to get a little bit out of control, so, you know, he had to tamper me down a little bit.
You got to put the muzzle on old Gronk sometimes.
Yeah.
We do some recruiting role-playing.
Sounds spicy. I played in the biggest division in high school in Texas, and you're telling me I'm not a smart football player, Coach?
I look to never hear of your name again because you probably won't make it in the league.
And we'll even hear from some of Bill's pals.
Oh, couple pals?
And then we wrap it up with the chillest dude of the week, presented by Coors Light.
Favorite beer? Let's go!
Woo! So, Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio. Hello, everyone. This is a special surprise Wednesday episode. And today is no other than the great Coach Bill Belichick's birthday.
Happy birthday, Coach.
Legend. Best NFL coach ever. Now the head coach of a college football program.
North Carolina.
A mediocre college football program that they are suspecting him to take to the next level. And University of North Carolina should be at the top of one of the best Division I college football programs out there. Beautiful campus, beautiful stadium, beautiful geography, green trees, the Carolinas, great weather, beautiful women, beautiful men, just everything's beautiful about
A lot of beautiful.
the University of North Carolina. But over the last, decades, the University of North Carolina football program has been just subsidized. It's just been average. It's not like you hear about them being in the top 10. They produce some great players like Drake May. But this is why they hired Coach Bill Belichick, to bring him to the promised land. And now it's his birthday, so we're promising him a happy celebration for his birthday. Let's sing to him, Jules.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You should have gave me more money.
Coach Belichick. Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday.
I'm sorry. I just took from that your birthday singing to Coach Belichick is that you will not be giving him a present because still in your mind, he still owes you a lot of money.
He owes me a whole lot of money still.
I understand. I wouldn't give him a single dime either if I were
Nah,
you.
I love Coach. I just fuck with him with that whole thing.
I know. That's what we got to do.
You got to.
You got to.
What would you give him for his birthday?
When I was playing for him, a touchdown.
Couple TDs?
Yeah, a couple TDs. But too bad his birthday is April 16th and not during the season, Julian.
We would always I remember in like OTAs, you'd always kind of remember it was his birthday because the media would bring it up. Remember like a passing camp or something? It was usually like that's like the first week of OTAs or something.
Mm-hmm.
They'd always have a little spark of Bill's birthday, and he'd have a shit-eating grin towards the media, and just his little whip of his whistle, walking around knowing it's his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking old Coach.
Like it's my to the media, it's my birthday, bitch. Like, what? Don't ask me anything today.
That's probably what he'd want for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
No questions from the media. Even though he's a media butterfly now.
He was like a caterpillar when he was in the NFL, and then all of a sudden he just blossomed, and now he's a media butterfly.
No, he's a butterfly.
Yeah,
I like where you went with that.
Holy crap.
That was a good one, Rob.
Yeah.
What was the best birthday gift you ever got?
Oh, a bike. You know, it was when I was a child. I loved biking around, but I was always using my brother's bikes, and they had a mountain bike, and I always stole it from them. And then my birthday came, and I got a bike. It was the best gift I could have possibly gotten. And then growing up as a kid, I mean, I biked everywhere. I was probably biking, 10 miles a day on average to my friend's house that were all over the neighborhoods, to the grocery store, wherever. I just loved biking so much that when I got my first bike, it was the best birthday gift ever.
Dude, I agree with you 1,000,000%. I got my Specialized Fat Boy. I actually redid it up. And it's, I remember going to the bike shop, and there was a certain amount of bikes that I could pick from because there was a certain amount of money. There's the one I wanted GT Interceptor. Those were like the sick bikes. They were too expensive. My dad wouldn't let me one. So I got this Specialized Fat Boy, and I got it over in like the blim pile where they have a dent in it or something. There's something not manufactured to code for on the bike. So it was like 30% off. So I got like the sickest blimmed bike they had, and it was a Specialized Fat Boy. And now my daughter, I got that on my birthday. My dad went and got that. I was so excited. Now my daughter's riding it, and she fucking loves it. It's so fucking cool. It's crazy. Like when we're driving in the car, and my daughter Lil, she'll see kids riding their bikes to school and stuff. She's like, oh my, like, because it's not a lot of people out here do it. Like you, when you were saying you rode around everywhere on your bikes, I was going to other cities on my bike. When we were 12 years old, we were fucking rolling around our cities on our bike, like miles. Like I have an 8-year-old now. Like when I was 8, I was probably going to like San Carlos. I would never let her go anywhere. Never. But she's so infatuated with like kids riding their bikes to school. I feel like it's almost kind of like it's dying. At least from what I see in the areas that I'm in Los Angeles, I don't see kids riding their bikes to school, locking it up. There'd always be a boatload of bikes at the school, remember?
Well, nowadays you got the motorized bikes, which
little
are
Ciron.
great. Those are great just to go for a cruise. I can't lie. I got a rad power bike in Tampa. It's just the best. I cruise around just everywhere on it. I even go to my workouts on it. And then you also got like the mopeds and like the scooters that are electronic as well. No one really rollerblades as well anymore. Rollerblading was kind of cool when we were growing up, and getting a new fresh pair of rollerblades for your birthday was super cool. But rollerblading kind of, faded away as well. I mean, the bike industry, I feel like, is way more booming than rollerblading.
Yeah.
But rollerblading was cool. It got those glutes going. I want to rollerblade against, thinking about it. That'll be a good workout.
But you were a hockey kid. Like, that was different. Like, Northeast, but you guys I didn't really
You didn't? You got to try it out.
I skateboarded,
dude. I'm telling you.
Tried to.
You got to rollerblade. You're a skateboarder. That's kind of the same thing.
I was
either
a jock that hung out with skateboard
or
kids
rollerbladed.
that could do like a kick flip 1 in 7 times. And like, I could do a heel flip probably 1 in 4 times. But I hung out in the skate community. But I couldn't skate.
I'm a skater. Like, I used to have the
You were a
rollerblades.
blader.
I was a blader.
You were Brink.
And I loved playing.
From Disney Channel. You love that movie, Brink?
Never seen it.
Yeah, dude, let's go.
I was a Mighty Ducks.
Oh, I love the Ducks.
I was a Mighty Ducker.
I watched that.
Knuckle puck. What was crazy is I got to meet Keenan Thompson before in the last year, and I just thought it was super cool because he was the knuckle puck guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's killing it. He's still on SNL. That guy's been on SNL for like 30 years.
Legend.
And he was also in heavyweights. Like he's on a low key. He's like on some Cal Ripken shit. Usually child actors. I mean, look at Goldberg. I seen some mud shots of Goldberg. It's not looking good for old Goldberg. And he was in a bunch of those movies too as a young kid.
Goldberg was the goalie, right?
Yeah, he was goalie.
He was good though.
I like Julie the Cat.
Oh, Julie the Cat with the glove save.
Glove save. Because Lily likes Julie the Cat. She likes it. The cool thing about Mighty Ducks is, and even though they were made years ago, they still had a girl in there. Which, when you have a little girl, like, they always gravitate towards the girl characters. I mean, rightfully so. But like a lot of the movies, like Sandlot, no girl. Like a lot of these like sport movies. But like then you look at Inside Out 2. Little girl go to hockey camp, so she fucking loves it. So I don't know.
What about Johnny Snami?
Johnny Tsunami.
Was there a girl
there was a couple
involved?
girls in there.
Yeah.
He had a love interest.
Yeah, he
Loved
did.
Johnny Tsunami.
We're going to go through some of the reasons why Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
What are some moments that come to mind for you?
My favorite moment is when he kind of cussed me out in a funny way in front of the team, just kind of making me an example. It was probably the best possible, way to do it as well. It was kind of like a Gronk example.
Mm-hmm.
Like going into my second year, those production meetings you do? So I did one with Scott Zolak.
Yeah.
And Scott Zolak is the ultimate hype man. He gets you going.
Oh,
and
he gaslighting you.
Yeah, gaslighting me. Just gaslighting me. And I'm just taking the bait. Bait. He's got me hooked. He's just reeling me in. And I'm in the production meeting. This is just a preseason game going into my second year. He's like, Gronk, like, how many guys does it take you to tackle you? And I'm like, oh, well, all of them. 10 guys, actually. 10 guys on the defense it takes to tackle me. So then, we're just messing around. Clearly, it doesn't take 10 guys to tackle me. Well, some plays it does, depending on how good I'm feeling. But, and my answer kind of wasn't wrong either, because it does.
No, it takes a lot of motherfuckers to bring this big dog down.
Yeah. And Coach Belichick loved not, giving any info to the media, or
he didn't want you to hype the other team up.
Or hype yourself up,
Yeah.
and like make expectations that aren't reachable.
Yeah.
In the media, keep it mellow, keep it more low key. And there I am. It takes 10 guys to tackle me. So middle of the game, I catch a pass or whatever, and Scott Zolak, as the announcer of the game, I talked to Gronkowski in the production meeting, and he told me it takes all 10 guys, or 10 guys out of 11 out on the field to tackle his ass. And then what does Coach Belichick do? He puts that little clip up on the screen the next day, on Monday, and he makes an example out of me. He goes, oh, Gronk, it takes 10 guys to tackle you. He does his whole little display, just calls me out in front of the team and just makes me an example.
Didn't he show like 3 blocks you missed or something?
Yeah. And then he shows it takes 10 guys to tackle you, but you're doing this and this, and you missed a block here, you missed a block here, but you're telling everyone it takes 10 guys to tackle you. How about you just shut the F up? Yeah. And it was funny. He had the whole entire team laughing. I was laughing. It was cool, but I did learn from it as well.
That was his way of getting at you.
It was.
Like, if you hyped yourself up, he would read it to the team, and then he would just show you like the 7 worst plays you did in the game. And we all have them. You all have bad plays. You brain fart, you this, that, something happens, you slip.
He humbled you in the best way possible.
He humbled you through your play.
Yes.
Through facts.
And you know something, though? If you did talk a big game and you backed it up, he leaves you alone.
He leaves you alone.
He does. But for an example, he made an example out of me because I talked the big game. It takes 10 guys to tackle me. And like I missed like 5 blocks that game, so he's gonna pound you.
And you're also a rookie.
I didn't back it up. I was going into my second year,
you were young.
I was just starting to get a little bit out of control. Yeah. So he had to tamper me down a little bit.
Yeah, you got to put the muzzle on old Gronk sometimes.
Yeah, But that just made me want it even more.
I just remember there's a couple things that come to my mind, moments of Bill. One is him throwing the flag, the challenge flag. With such disgust, and like he threw it out. Him with the on to Cincinnati is like, we're on to Cincinnati. And the thing is, that's what he's kept on saying to us in the goddamn team meeting. He's like, look, we're on to Cincinnati. We're like, we just said that for like 10 minutes in the media, Frank, or Bill.
Well, I mean,
I get mad at.
He's kind of like a dad figure.
He's kind of like a dad figure.
Yeah, Bill is. So I understand.
Yeah, and so
makes sense.
And then I remember early on in my career when YouTube was just coming out, I Google YouTube Bill, and I found like the video of him making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in Cleveland, and I just remember him. And I thought to myself, he puts peanut butter on both sides on both breads, and he puts it in between because he doesn't want it to. He says it locks it in. But I said the jelly to peanut butter ratio is so dorky. Who is this guy? I just remember as like a rookie, I was watching that thing. He did his little thing where he goes on both sides. I was like, who is this dork? But he was a smart guy, I guess. It actually worked because I tried it and the jelly doesn't come out.
You just said, who is this dork? And then you go, I guess he's a smart guy. Jules, it's his birthday, man. Come on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There it is. Look.
I have a very special guest today. His culinary skills are legendary.
Yeah, this is kind of dorky.
My very special guest, Coach Bill Belichick, the PBJ. PBJ, what is that? Bill Belichick's peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh, goodbye. I see we have
cinnamon
all the
raisin.
ingredients here for you.
BBP and
his mom like that.
Just let you go and
BBP and J.
Make the sandwich.
Well, we'll start with the raisin bread.
Why raisin bread, bro?
Well, my mother used raisin bread.
Oh, mothers are divine, aren't they?
Oh, they sure
They're
are.
just the best.
She made the best ones.
Yeah. Oh, and chunky peanut butter. That's quite an advanced technique.
Well, it has a little more crunch to it, and that really gives you a little extra energy. But the key to it, Mike, is to spread peanut butter on both sides of the bread.
Oh, why?
So that the jelly doesn't leak through in the sandwich. And put the jelly
Hold
right
on,
here.
stop it real quick. I just want to say this is why Coach Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time, because he pays attention to details. I mean, this guy's making a peanut butter and jelly, and he's just laying down all the facts and all the little tiny details why it's going to be so great, from going from the raisin bread to why he's using crunchy peanut butter and all that other good stuff. Keep playing
Mike,
it.
to spread
Keep
peanut
playing.
butter on both sides of the bread.
Oh, why?
So that the jelly doesn't leak
So it
through in
doesn't
the
leak
sandwich.
through.
Put the jelly right here.
Another
That's
coaching
why you're
tip
the
right
head
there.
coach. Is forward thinking like that.
See,
It's just,
it's
I've never
kind of
seen
like
that.
his teams.
Oh,
They may not
wonderful.
be
You
sexy.
spread
They
it
may
out
not
nice and
look
evenly,
good.
and by the end of the day, it's not leaked through. You
But
can
the
have a
jelly's
nice
not
sandwich.
gonna
Right,
leak
this
through.
jelly won't leak through because of peanut
Not
butter
with
on
the
both sides of the
two-sided
bread.
peanut butter,
Wonderful.
Bill.
Now you're gonna
Lips
cut it
are
out.
sealed
Exactly.
inside the facility. It's like the jelly trying to get outside of the bread. It's not going to. It's sealed.
Sealed. Yeah, that's one of the things I remember of Coach. I remember looking at that as a young player because I mean, we all knew who Coach Belichick was, and especially early in our career, he still had 3 Super Bowls. They were the New England Patriots. But I wanted to see something because I was so intimidated and so scared of him. Like I wanted to find anything, and I found that video, like second or third year in the league, and I was like, oh my God, who is this guy?
How do you, refer to Coach Belichick? Obviously in the facility, you
Coach.
call him Coach. But outside of football now that we're retired.
Coach.
He's not in the NFL anymore. Do you still call him Coach every time you talk to him and
Yeah.
refer to him?
He's still Coach.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Anytime that has to relate to football, 100%, he's always going to be Coach to me. But sometimes I see him or refer to him as just Bill. It just goes smooth with it, it just goes along with it. But he's still always going to be Coach, like you said.
Bill.
Bill, Bill when he's being funny.
I remember.
Like on the roast, that's Bill. That's Bill Belichick. No, but we were all there, so he's kind of still Coach.
After 14, our Super Bowl, we were in a designated area together, his party and I had some of my party. He took a shot with us after we won.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the first time I was like, man, that was like the coolest thing ever because he kept it so professional and so like he let you know that he was there for business and this was a production business. To see a little bit of the outside for the first time in like a non-professional environment, that was like awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about some of his coaching decisions that, that helped develop him and make him into one of the greatest coaches, or if not the greatest coach of all time. And this is really one of the reasons why he's the greatest coach of all time. Yeah, he got us prepared every single week. He knew the defenses, what type of plays to call, like what type of formations to call, the personnel and all that. But a lot of his coaching decisions played into the factor of why he is such a great coach as well. Like the ineligible formations versus Baltimore in the playoffs. I mean, without those play calls, we would have probably never gained that momentum that we needed in order to win that playoff game, which led us to our first Super Bowl that we won, Julian, in 2014. And on top of it as well, the trick plays that he installed as well during the week and let, offensive coordinator McDaniels call them as well to just give us that well-needed spark. So what even happens? Can we go over that again? Because people ask, why is Coach Belichick, that much better coach than everyone else? And I always bring up this formation, how he made Who-Man eligible as a tackle.
Yeah. Baltimore and Raven.
But why was the guy that lined up in the slot, and who was it that was ineligible?
Shane Vereen.
It was Shane Vereen. He was ineligible in the slot to the right.
Yeah, and he would come back like he was getting the pass, and then we would throw it over there. Yeah, this was. I mean, this goes to the point of like, oh, you know, a lot of people don't think Coach Belichick's collaborative. I believe he probably talked over with like Nick Saban about this because it just happened in college like 2 weeks before, and saw if it was applicable to our rules and regulations of the National Football League. And that's the kind of guy he is. He does his due diligence, and if something is out there, he'll use it. I mean, and this is a clear indication. But I think some of his genius is in some of those games. You remember like the win game that he had 2 win games. There was that Buffalo game that we weren't a part of where they didn't even throw the football. And they actually kind of had a baby win game 2 with Mac Jones. But that one with Matt Castle, I think, it was 2008. They didn't throw it all. And they won the game, had Randy Moss, Wes Welker. It was like hurricane winds. And then also, remember when we were playing against Denver, Wes Welker came back for his first time playing against us. They went up like 24-0 at halftime. We ended up bringing it back in, and he took the wind at the overtime, not the ball, because the wind was such a pivotal factor of the game. I remember that, and I remember a lot of people, that caught a lot of headlines.
It sure did. But what about the win game? I wasn't part of it. I'm pretty sure you were still on the team when I think they passed the ball 2 times.
No,
were
that
you
was
part of this
the
game?
year before me.
That was the year. What do you mean the year before you?
That was in 2008.
No, I'm talking, I think 2021.
That was win game 2 with Mac Jones. I wasn't there.
With Mac Jones. Okay, so you weren't there. Absolute crazy wins in Buffalo. I'm talking about like, how dare you throw the ball? And the Bills, they threw it a couple times and they completed a couple passes. But New England threw the ball just 3 times and they ran the ball 46 times for over 220 yards, and they ended up winning that game 14-10. And you just saw that, you know, Coach Belichick smile after the game, like, yeah, I just outsmarted you with all my coaching decisions. So that just proves a point once again. When he knows to stick to a game plan, he sure does as well.
Well, and also his in-game intuition or his in-game insight. Like,
he was feeling it.
But even you could look to the 2014 infamous Malcolm Butler interception play. You see him on the sideline looking at Pete Carroll the whole time, seeing it. Like, I thought B-Flow was looking at Coach Belichick to take a timeout because of the whole situation. And Bill like sat there and it was like some fucking beautiful mind shit. He's like reading formulas and looking at Pete Carroll and he's like, nah, don't call it. Throw in that one. And they runs in fucking the personnel group where it's all like linebackers, linemen, and 2 DBs or whatever they put in. I don't have the play call. But then, you know, and that whole thing goes. Like, that was a huge decision to make in one of the biggest moments that turned into something good. There's countless decisions that we saw, you know, and then there were some that, you know, went the other way. I remember my rookie year in 2009 when we were playing Indianapolis and when we went forward on 4th and 2. We were up like, it was pre-analytics. So everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? Bill Belichick. We were on our own like 48 or something, and Peyton Manning was playing. We couldn't stop him. Like we jumped out to an early lead. We got a couple turnovers, I think, and then by the end we couldn't stop him. It was only a matter of we couldn't give him the ball back. So Bill's like, we're gonna try to win it right here. We ended up losing it. We didn't get it. We threw it K Falk, and he was like a half yard short. And then they go on and score and win. So, like, he has balls to make these decisions.
And if he makes a wrong decision and it doesn't go his way, he knows what to do the following time. He doesn't make the same mistake twice. Yeah. And that's how he coached players as well. Like, if you made a mistake, like, he would coach you on it and he wouldn't want to see you make the mistake again. Yeah. And that's, you know, that's what kept him happy as well. That's what kept Coach happy, and he really liked you as a player if he coached you and then you did it the right way the following time. Yeah, you're going to make mistakes, and he understands that, but once you get coached, you better, you know, do the right thing on the field. And same with him, and he would not make the same mistake twice.
Yeah. You can make mistakes, just don't make them twice, the same one twice.
And if you do make it twice, just make the mistake like kind of in a different manner and to get away with it again.
And Coach, you know, for Coach not like being Everyone's all kind of terrified of like, oh, he's no fun, this, that. Some of the greatest players, like Randy Moss wanted to play for Coach Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy is that? Like, and Chad Ochocinco, who was a jokester and had his full personality that you knew what Chad Ochocinco was. Bill loved him. Bill loved guys. It didn't matter what Rob Gronkowski. He drafted Rob Gronkowski. Literally was Yo Soy Fiesta. Like, he didn't care what you did as long as you did it well. You know, if you played well, he didn't care.
But if he knew like your silliness was affecting your game and wasn't helping you play well, he would get on you about it.
Oh, he'd get on you.
But if he knew your silliness was making you play better, he would amplify the silliness in a positive way. He really would. He wouldn't amplify it, but he wouldn't be a grudge against it. He would be like, oh, he's playing good. Like, that silliness is working. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, well, it wasn't silly when he kept a 6-round Brady over a $100 million quarterback, Drew Bledsoe. Like, that's crazy.
That takes some nuts. Like some squirrel nuts.
That takes some.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
It is. And
he did, like, even when if you go back and watch it, I mean, they go to the AFC Championship. Tom got a high ankle sprain, and Drew came in and played lights out, didn't he? And Bill's like, "Fuck it, we're going with our young buck." Like that. That was nuts. I mean,
what about playing Troy Brown at cornerback and another guy I know, you Jules at cornerback as well, just to have that instinct, knowing that, whoa, look at this guy's talent. Look how he plays the wide receiver position game. Like, I feel like he can play corner as well. Let's try him out. And it works. I mean, just incredible. That's just, based on his ability to read a player, which he was just his instincts as well, like that, which were just very high.
Well, that means North Carolina's going to get some good evaluation, huh?
They sure are. And now that he's a college coach, talking about North Carolina, Jules, Bill is going to have to do some recruiting.
You're going to have some recruiting, huh? Even though he's the greatest coach of all time, you still got to sell those Gen Z kids there, Coach.
Gen Zers, they're
you
tough.
Got to.
You got to sell them. How much you paying them? They want to know the highest bidder out there. They want to know how many Instagram followers you're going to get them, Bill. That's maybe why he's so good on social media now.
Do you think they have rules? Nothing in the facility still?
Like
I
no
haven't,
ping
I haven't
pong.
done any detective work on their players.
No. I think they probably, you got to have like a players lounge with the games now. That's part of being in, the college atmosphere. So I think they got like the ping pong table, probably cornhole, pop a shot.
Can they social media in the facility?
No social media in the facility. I don't even like that rule. That's like saying like, hey, like, come in our personal space. Like, no, I don't like personal space out there.
I agree.
Yeah. So no, I agree with that rule. Definitely no social media inside the facility. Like, that's weird. Like, imagine like showing someone like playing ping pong like inside the players lounge. Like, that's not cool. Like, everything that goes on there should stay in there. That would be my rule as a head coach.
I don't see him as a recruiter.
I mean,
I think he's handling this like a business. He's gonna go for guys that like free agency. Hey, you want to come here? Like, I think his pitch to the kid is, I'm gonna get you ready for your ultimate dream. If you want to come here, here's the price. If not, it's a numbers game. And there's a lot more numbers in college where you can pull like than there is in free agency of the NFL. So I bet you he's pretty like, I don't know though. I want to go to North Carolina. So I'm gonna say, hey, coach, can you recruit me? Give me the recruit pitch, coach.
I just want to sit in one of the meetings. I'm sure if you went to North Carolina, he would let you. I just saw David Andrews there, actually, and he gave a great speech to the players. And I love that introduction that that Coach Belichick gave to about David Andrews as well. Undrafted player, couple Pro Bowls, right? Team captain for so many years. It's just kind of like showing that, hey, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter, if you were a 2-star athlete, if you're a 1-star athlete, if you're a 5-star, you're always going to get an opportunity to be great, and it's what you do with that opportunity. And that's just a prime example with David Andrews as well. And I saw Rob Ninkovich there as well.
Ninko.
At the campus. I didn't see any film on Ninko being there. I just saw some pictures. So obviously Ninko hasn't been that big of an inspiration like David Andrews has been. But that's all right. That's Rob Ninkovich for you. He just likes to be part of the show, likes to be there for the pictures.
How many little jabs does he send to you on social media?
That's all he does.
That's all he does.
Well, that's why I'm jabbing him right now. Every single time he writes me something.
Anytime I post anything, I don't even see it. I just get like one of someone on the coast like, hey, you see what Nico said? I'm like, what did Nico say?
Mm-hmm. I love it though. I love it. Nico got me so good on one of his comments. So good.
What did he say?
I forgot. I'm gonna have to
Nico
look
in
back,
the powder blue.
But it was really good. He does look good. Nico looks good in the powder blue. I mean, talking about like doing stuff for like your facial hair, like Ninkovich is like the ultimate guy to make sure his facial hair is on point. He's taking whatever pill he needs to take to make sure that facial hair is growing in and it's trimmed the right way. He's got hair, all that good stuff, and it's sure paying off for him. And it looks good in that baby blue as well.
He looks like Zangief from Street Fighter. Gronk, you know what used to throw me off my chill?
What's that, Jules?
Spring hikes that look easy on a map, and then suddenly you're sweating through your shirt.
Oh, yeah. 1 second, it's a casual nature walk, and the next thing you know, you're scaling the Rockies. That's when some people lose their cool. Hey, but not us, Jules.
That's when we choose chill. You got to embrace the struggle. Get to the peak, take in the view, head back down, and crack open some ice cold Coors Light at the cabin.
Nothing hits better after scaling a peak than that Blue Mountain cold canned refreshment.
When the moment calls for chill, Coors Light is always the move.
Make the most out of the times you choose to chill.
Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes.
Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado beer.
In this segment, I'll be playing a little bit of Bill Belichick. Rob's going to play a 5-star recruit. And I'm going to try to get Rob to come to Chapel Hill. And we're in Rob's family's living room.
Yo, Coach, man. What up, man? I'm here only because you're the greatest coach of all time. UNC, not even that great of a program. Yo, Alabama, they already offering me $2 million straight cash in my pocket. How much you got for me? And also, you got to take care of my family. If you ain't taking care of my family, I ain't coming here to UNC. I know you. I know you the greatest coach, but hey, talent outworks coaching all the time. I'm a 5-star recruit, best in the nation. What you gonna do about that, Coach? What are you offering me?
Look. Okay, the number's 1.8.
But, Coach, I got offered $2 million from Alabama.
Go to Alabama. Look, if you want to get your second contract, this isn't real money. This isn't going to take care of your family. Real money is going to come in the National Football League. Where are you going to get your best opportunity to become your best pro?
I'm a 5-star. I can go to any school and make it to the pros.
I coached Lawrence fucking Taylor. Okay, they didn't even have an amount of stars I could give him. You think you're a 5-star? Okay, 1.8, sign the deal. Lombardi will send over the fucking contract. All right, and if you don't, I look to never hear of your name again because you probably won't make it in the league.
Well, Coach, if you get me, I'm a 5-star. It's going to attract other players. I'm telling you, offer me the most money.
We want players that are smart, tough football players that perform under pressure. And if you're not one of those, go to Alabama.
I played in the biggest division in high school in Texas. And you're telling me I'm not a smart football player, Coach?
Look, I'm telling you, you're not going to be lining up against some kid from fucking Cappuccino High over here who is never going to lick a football in NC2A. Okay, this program right here is a building foundation. I'm telling you. Look, I'm just telling you. A foundational program that'll give you what you need to go and make real money in the National Football League. If you want that, go to Alabama, okay? I'm just telling you.
All right, Coach. I like what you're saying. You humbled me. I'm going to come to the University of North Carolina for you, Coach. And I expect to see that second contract no matter what now.
See you in camp.
Give me that bag of cash.
Jordan, was that good? That's kind of what he would. I honestly, like, I don't think he would even go for a guy like that.
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't go for that guy.
No, he wouldn't. If the character that I was playing, he wouldn't even like bring into his office. He'd be like, nah, just let him go. He would want the 5-star that's a humble guy, that's a blue-collar guy.
Unless that guy was a defensive tackle that fucking is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Or
he would take that guy a
DN that looked like, if he had any kind of resemblance to LT.
Mm-hmm. But if that was like a flashy skill player, he'd be like, that's too many problems because that position, it has just too many eyes on it. But if it was a guy like that I was representing that played D tackle, like you said, defensive end.
I think he'd actually pay to.
Maybe linebacker. Yeah, he would.
He would.
Yeah.
Actually, we just did all that for nothing.
Not a flashy position. Well, no, then we explained it after. No, we did it all. That was good. We got to go there.
Yeah. Should we go?
Maybe.
I want to, if I go though, I don't want to go and do all the kit and caboodles, cameras, this. I want to go see what his actual operation looks like. Okay, I want to go sit in a staff meeting. I want to see how he's breaking down the goddamn coaches. I want to see how he's breaking down the goddamn day before the day even starts. I want to see what he talks like in the team meeting. I want to see what he's doing during the team meeting and the offense and defense breaks up. I want to see the walkthrough. I want to see the walkthrough to the drills. I want to see the drills to the 7-on-7 to the team periods and the overall competition periods at the last bit of practice. That's what I want to see. I don't want to just see some fucking guy over here just trying to be a social media butterfly. I want to see that fucking whistle being twirled around to choking his little fat finger.
You're getting me fired up, Jules.
That's what I want to see. Okay, if you want to go out here and do all this bullshit and let's record a fucking speech and let's try to get a recruit. I don't want. Don't even ask me there. Don't even ask me to
Let's go to UNC. Here we come. And we just put the expectations out there of what we want to see.
Yeah, the UNC.
Jules broke it down.
The UNC frat boys have been blowing up dudes.
Everybody always says Bill is no fun, and
Bill's actually one of the funniest dudes of all time.
So let's take a look at some of Bill's best moments off the field.
Let's get into it.
Well, we already talked about it. We're on to Cincinnati. We talked about how that was just one of his moments where his just instincts were there and how he was like that in the team meeting. Well, after he talked about, said that to the media after the game as well. So that was not just a serious moment, but it was also a funny moment looking back at it to this date, and it was coming off of a 41-14 loss to Kansas City. So it wasn't that funny at the moment. It kind of like gave us that refreshing moment. Like, yes, we don't have to relive that loss on Monday Night Football. We really are on to Cincinnati.
Yeah, that was funny. I also think, him referencing my cousin Vinny during a legal investigation for the organization, saying I'm not the Mona Lisa Vito of the football world. I mean, that's pretty comedic. That's called comedic timing. I mean, his comedic timing, that's what it is. It's his timing. Like the timing of when he wrote down on a napkin, I won't be the head coach of the New York Football Jets, and leaves it to the Jets. That's timing. Okay, he's not necessarily a funny guy with what he talks about or how he says it. He has timing, and he kills you with facts.
He does. You're right. You hit that right on the money.
Or his Zach Galifianakis. What is that guy? Galifianakis, like two-fern. Like this dude over here in draft room with fucking Nike the dog running around, and just him and Nike. And you take a look at like Cliff Kingsbury, who's in like Crazy Stupid Love Mansion, like Crazy Mansion. You see McVay's, he's over in like some cool like modern house, mansion, babes at the pool. Bill's got his fucking dog in the back of Quincy looking at fucking boats. Not even on the water that are like.
Well, respect to Nike. He drafted Kyle Duggar, was it?
Duggar.
I think
Duggar.
The 37th pick overall.
Duggar's good, too.
Yeah, Kyle Duggar, great player. And Nike drafted him. That was Nike.
Man, Nike.
Yeah.
He's
a good
funny.
boy. It's a good boy. Well, no, my funniest times, every time I smiled and just chuckled to myself in the team meeting rooms when Coach Belichick brought up the social media names. Like, he'd be like, MySpace. Well, why are we on MySpace?
My face.
Or My Face, Snap Face, or InstaChat.
He'd fuck him up on purpose.
Like, why are we posting pictures after the game on InstaFace? Like, get off InstaFace. And like every time he just combined like two social media names and put them together, just like made me just brighten up inside. It was always funny as heck.
When I was a kid.
Yeah, when you were a kid, what?
Oh, no, when I was a young football player, rookie, they had a Halloween party.
You were a kid still.
Randy he threw a Halloween. I wasn't cool enough to go to the party yet, but they had a party. And when he showed up as a pirate with his date, that was pretty funny. That was comedian costume. That was a comedic costume.
My favorite, Bill, though, because it's like really brought everyone together once again, and like it'll keep us together for life, was Bill at the roast. So, man, I just loved what he brought to the table. I loved when he ripped on me. My favorite one that he brought to the table about me was talking about how he had that famous slogan, "Do your job." And then he begged me on the stage in front of millions of people to stop doing my job on the NFL pregame kickoff show. Like, that shit was funny, bro. Funny. I was in tears laughing when he got me with that one. It was so good. And like you said, he's so good with his timing. Whenever he just lays down the wood on a joke.
Timing, like his delivery is kind of funny too, because it's a dry delivery. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, look, let's look here.
That's good.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Julian Edelman.
And I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Sometimes you need to bring your A game when the moment strikes. And the secret, Rose Sparks.
Rose Sparks are a dual action prescription treatment designed to help give you better, more spontaneous sex.
Ooh. And they're dissolvable. Just pop one under your tongue, let it work its magic, and in 15 minutes on average, you're in the game.
That's faster than most 2-minute drills, Jules. Plus, Rose Sparks stays in the game for up to 36 hours. No, you're not stiff-arming it for 2 days straight, but when the mood strikes, you're ready to score.
More confidence, more control, and more satisfaction for both you and your partner.
And Ro makes it easy, too. You connect with a medical provider online, no waiting rooms, no hassle. If approved, your prescription gets shipped right to your door.
And here's the deal. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off Spark on a reoccurring plan.
Connect with a provider at ro.co/dudes to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/dudes for $15 off your first order.
Now we're going to answer some of the most requested questions we get all the time about Coach Belichick.
And we'll answer them once and for all. Let's do it.
You remember the first time you met Coach Belichick?
Not really, to tell you the truth. Oh, actually, I do. Yeah, it just clicked, actually. It was at the Combine. Yeah, when I walked into the room when you're doing the pre-draft, visits at the Combine with the teams, and there was Coach Belichick when I walked in and interviewed with the Patriots. It was about a quick 5 minutes. The Bears was there. A couple other guys were there, but yeah, that's when I met him. Nothing, spectacular that stood out, but I just remember going in there and just getting, questions real quick at the Combine. How about you? Do you remember the first time you met Coach Belichick?
I was like a 7th rounder, so like it was kind of like just show up and here's your shit and your schedule and you figure it out. And like I remember the first time like we encountered each other was like on the practice field when I was catching punts with Kevin Falk, and he was teaching me how to catch a punt. He says, you catch a punt with your legs, not your feet, your arms, Edelman. Mm-hmm. You got to get your feet right. So it gives you a 2-way go.
See?
Great coaching tip.
That is a great coaching tip, because every fan out there is like, you got to catch the punt with your hands. That's what everyone's saying. Use your hands, but really,
you got to know where it is with your feet.
Coach Belichick knows, he's a step ahead of you and knows more. Yeah. And he's telling Julian that you got to catch it with your feet. yeah, obviously you use your hands to catch it, but if you have your feet in place and under you, like you were just saying, it's going to make it a lot easier to catch the punt with your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, great coaching point right there, Jules. I just learned something extra. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And it's true. Like, it's true about receiving, as well. Like, if you're going up and your feet aren't under you and you're all over the place and you're going up to make the catch, it makes it harder to catch the ball if your body's not lined up.
The reason he was explaining the punt in the feet is because you have to read the tip of the ball depending on what it is doing at the top of the arc of the punt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the ball doesn't tip over with the right-footed punter, it's going to die and go right. So you have to get your feet there so you get a two-way go. So if you read it right with your feet, then your hands are going to be there. If the ball goes over, if it tips over, then it's going to go far left and you play it on your right titty and it gives you two goes.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's what he was talking about, because you're reading, it's like baseball, you're reading where the ball is going. And so you don't do it with your arms, you do it with your legs, because your legs are going to bring you to the area.
Great points.
When do you think you earned his trust?
I would say I earned his trust my second year in the league in training camp, when he gave me a parking spot up front. I was one of the training camp heroes or whatever it was called, training camp MVPs. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, when he did it back in the day in order to earn the parking spot up front. And I got that my second year, going into the season throughout training camp. And right when that happened, that's when I felt like I gained his trust. He believes in me. I got the parking spot up in front of the parking lot. It was a privilege, to earn that. And that's when, if it truly felt like I earned his trust as well, to get that parking spot, because parking spots were huge. It was like walking like 50 feet less into the building, which that 50-foot extra sucked.
It sucked.
Yeah,
cold days.
Yeah, cold days blew. When do you think you earned his trust?
Never did.
That's a good answer. Nope, we'll leave it right there, Jules. I know you gained his trust, but I like that first answer.
He knows what I'm talking
around.
about. You know what I'm fucking talking about, Bill. I'm still mad about that shit.
When did you piss him off the most? You can't say never did to that one either.
No.
Yeah, I know you piss him off plenty of times. How about when you got in fights on the practice field? That pissed him off all the time.
That pissed him off, but I don't think he got really mad at that.
No, because he liked your aggressiveness.
Yeah, and it's kind of like when like a coach gets tossed in baseball. Just get a little spark to the game, the guys. Mm-hmm. Like I would get tossed in practice because it was a flat fucking practice. We needed a little spark.
Mm-hmm.
We needed a little spark.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually kind of liked that. I think once it was like mini camps. Remember when we started doing those bout runs and he stopped mini camp practice and we had to do like 2 bout runs in the middle of practice and then go up and do like NASCAR. And I was like dying and I was a little pissed at it. Cause like our load was getting high. And I remember he got mad at me because I kind of gave him a little lip. I gave him a little lip on. I was like, we're trying to execute out here, dude. We're not getting anything done here. Fucking, we can't even get lined up. We got fucking guys don't know what we're doing. Just shut the fuck up, Edelman. Keep running.
What year was this?
It was probably like 15. Remember when we started doing those we did a bout run. We started doing these bout runs to get our fucking load up or conditioning. And he decides in the middle of a practice, he blows the whistle. All right, we're going to do some conditioning. We had to do a full bout, which is 3-minute runs. You have to hit 785 yards in 3 minutes. You got to touch down, back, down, back, down, back, down, back. You have 3 minutes of full running. And if you don't get 385, you don't pass. And then we had to go do NASCAR after, which is no huddle. So like we were fucking trashed.
This is making me want to run.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I'm not in shape anymore if that's what we were doing.
When was the most human moment you had with him?
Ooh, most human moment.
Like for me, his most human moment is when I remember when I got suspended, like and I got hurt and he could see that I was hurt for letting the team down. And he kind of, I don't remember how, but he felt like he had my back. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good feeling.
that, you know what I mean?
I do.
And that was like the most human moment I had with him.
I would
Other than
say
that, his computer.
when I tossed, yeah, when I threw that guy out of the club when we played the Colts,
Yeah.
and then I went up to him on the sidelines. I didn't even say any words to him. I just started dancing in front of his face, and he loved it. Loved it.
And if you're getting a fucking penalty, like a personal foul penalty, he hated that shit.
And I got a personal foul on it too, and he loved it still. Now that's a human moment,
Because
right there.
you did your job too good.
Yeah.
And you can't get mad at a guy for doing his job too good.
You're right. That's a great play. I did it too good.
You did your job so good where you drove the guy literally to the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that's why he loved it. Personal foul for doing your job.
Because
too
coaches
good.
always in the film room, they'll say shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, this guy should be with the fucking cheerleaders with how he plays. You should block him into the cheerleaders. Gronk literally blocked him into the cheerleaders. And got a 15-yard penalty on it. Oh, that was so fun.
Love coach. Love coach.
What was the best advice he gave to you?
I mean, he always gave great advice. You know, thinking about it, to this day, I didn't truly understand it when I was 21, 22, 23 years old. But he always, you know, it always stuck back in back of my head, but he always exemplified and made point that nothing good happens past 12 o'clock at night.
That's true.
He always reiterated it. And now thinking about it to this day, I use that line all the time. I'm like, why would I go out at nighttime? Nothing good happens past 1 a.m. Let's party during the day, you know? And it was a great point.
Party during the day.
Yeah. Can't get in trouble during the day.
I bet you he's going to use this. He better use this to show all his UNC team. You know what I mean? This is marketing right there. Get Bears on there. Who's his guy? Chris Matz? Rob and I had a lot to say, but we wanted to give some of ours and Bill's other friends a chance to wish him a happy, happy birthday.
Roll the tape.
Special birthday shout out. Happy birthday, Bill. I hope you have a great day. Looking forward to catching up soon. Enjoy it. Happy birthday.
Matty P.
Hi, Bill. Happy birthday. Go Heels.
Great to see Ernie.
Happy birthday, Bill. We had a long streak of your birthdays together, so bummed not to be there for this one, but thinking of you from afar. Happy birthday.
Bears.
What a guy.
Hey, Coach. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you get a chance to take a little time and celebrate with family and loved ones. Appreciate you, Coach. Always will, always have. God bless you. Happy birthday.
Later.
Slate. Captain Slate.
Hey, Bill. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day down there in North Carolina. I remember all those great birthdays we celebrated, both yours and mine, back in the day, getting ready for the draft and going through draft meetings. And I think when you sent me a message the other day on my birthday, I think you said you were going to need an entire fire department to put out the candles on your cake. So don't worry. I'm going to send you a little bit of backup.
Scotty P.
It's your guy.
Pioli. Oh, Pioli. Wow, incredible. What a legend. A lot of people indebted
To this guy. Before we get to the Chillest Dude of the Week, I just want to say, Coach, happy birthday, man. I am forever indebted to you, 100%. Thank you for everything that you have done for me in my playing career. Thank you for drafting me to the New England Patriots. It was the best fit for myself. It was the best fit for my family. It was the best career move that could have possibly ever happened to me in my whole entire lifetime. So, Bill, thank you very much, and thank you for all the coaching points and getting me ready on a weekly basis. And thank you for all your, clever jokes as well that made me giggle throughout my career too.
I'm going to start shedding a tear, Gronk. Jeez. Thanks. Happy birthday, Coach.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate everything. I'm indebted to you, too. I mean,
We all are.
You discovered us, and you let us be a part of, you know, the game that we love, and you got to teach us the game that we loved at a high rate, you know, and let us experience it with you. It's been unbelievable to be part of his story. You know, happy birthday, big guy. Keep it going.
Happy birthday, brother.
And win some fucking games and make me look good, because I always have your back.
And I want to see a picture of you posted on one of his IG accounts or social media accounts of him in his birthday suit. That'd be pretty cool.
Birthday suit, Bill.
It's your birthday suit.
Let's get into the Chillest Dude of the Week, brought to you by our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes and celebrate responsibly.
I got you, Jules. Blue 40's a hit. Jules wide open for a touchdown. Grabs the Coors Light. He cracks it, and he is as chill as the Rocky Mountains.
The Chillest Dude of the Week, obviously, Bill Belichick.
Yes.
What kind of dude is Coach Belichick?
This is easy. I don't even think that we have to go over the, the categories of what kind of dudes, Coach Bill
Why
Belichick
not? He's
is.
kind of a dog.
Yeah, he is.
Off
but
the field.
I think we all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's just off the field.
Or maybe he has to be a whiz to get all that.
Yeah,
off the field, on the field
That's
magic.
the way I was leaning towards more.
Obviously, yeah. Bill's a fucking whiz.
No doubt about it.
It's
not even a debate.
He's definitely not a dude's dude. I'll tell you that right now. And he ain't no stud.
I mean, if he's a freak without anyone else knowing.
Oh, not us knowing.
Yeah.
Not us.
Yeah.
Some people might know.
He's a dog a little bit now. But,
he's a dog.
But he is, but not
a dog.
Not a full 100% dog.
Nah, but he's a whiz. We love you, Coach. You're a whiz.
Whiz. Stamp it.
And that was the Chillest Dude of the Week. Thanks to our favorite beer, Coors Light.
Thank you, Coors Light.
Get Coors delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes. Remember, celebrate responsibly.
Well, that's been another episode of Dudes on Dudes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Comment a dude you want us to do, and remember, rate and review. Call in and ask questions on the Chill line. That number is 561-203-5789. Those are so fun. We love answering the questions. And remember to follow Dudes on Dudes on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Snapchat. Put a bunch of comments in there. We like communicating through it. We'll see you guys next week.
Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.